is Rack Noble for Boxing UK and Women's Fight News. I'm here with Mikaela Mayer again. Mikaela, how's your trip to London this time going?
It's good. Everything's going great. Been here since last Friday, so it's been a long week. Lots of, media and all that, but it's part of the game. Feeling good, ready.
In the last few years, you spent quite a bit of time in London coming over for fights, promotional events. Coming home from home, isn't it?
Yes, I like fighting out here. I chose to fight out here. I had the option of fighting in the U.S. As the co-main for Alycia Ramirez in Dog Bay, but I wanted to come back out to the UK. I felt like this was a bigger card. Joyce vs. Zhang is huge, and it's on BT Sports as well, which is a network that I haven't yet been on. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a great fight, great card to be a part of.
And just another thing to note, last time we interviewed you was wearing the all-red setup. Today, all white.
It's the white, yes. If anyone knows me, I go hard for my fight color. Whatever my fight color is, my whole suitcase is that one color. So this time it's white.
Everything matching: coat, jacket, nails, shoes,
Yep.
all coordinated.
Yeah.
And of course, this time out, you're not having an easy fight back after your last fight with Alycia. You're straight back in there with a former two-time world champion. What was the reason behind choosing maybe such a difficult fight for the comeback?
Why do I need an easy fight for? What do I need an easy fight for? I'm in my prime. I feel like I should have gotten the decision against Baumgardner. I didn't, but it wasn't a defeat like maybe that should have set me back. That should have maybe forced me to take a step back. I didn't want to take a step back. Maybe in the ranks I had to take a step back, but skill-wise, I'm the best boxer I've ever been. So I want to continue to challenge myself and push to get myself back in position for a world title. I'm not going to do that by fighting no-names and low-ranked opponents.
And of course, first fight back is for the WBC interim lightweight title. Katie Taylor holds the full version. So are your super featherweight days behind you onto a new weight
Hell
division?
yeah. Super featherweight days are behind me. I would be doing myself a disservice by continuing to cut back down to 130. I don't need to. If I had to for opponents, to get the right fights, then I would, but I don't have to do that. I have the height and the skill to go to multiple divisions, and I'm in the most stacked weight division in women's boxing. 130 to 140 is stacked. So I have plenty of options, and it's time that I let my body fill out, my muscles fill out, and I reap the full benefits of all my hard work and see where that takes me. So I'm excited to see how my power and athleticism translates at 135, and it's only up from here. No going back down.
One ironic thing I did find is that Linardtou is the former champion at 140, and you're the former champion at 130, but you had a massively significant height difference over her.
Yeah.
You was pretty much looking down to her. I quite find that an interesting dynamic.
I've always been taller than my opponents. Today I was wearing heels in the press conference, so it looked a little bit more extreme, but I've always been taller. People think that I'm huge for this weight, but if you look at my body type, I'm just skinny. I've always been skinny. I've always had skinny legs. It runs in the family. Me and my sisters, we all got skinny legs. My mom's skinny legs. So my weight is just dispersed upward.
And of course, we've seen over social media, it's probably one of the best things on social media. Yourself and Alycia have been having back-to-back since your fight date. Is that something you're looking to entertain one day? Is that something you're going to go back to?
Of course, I'm always going to be the type of fighter that is going to push to give the fans the fights they want to see. And they want to see a rematch. It makes sense in every possible way. It makes sense for the fans. It makes sense for the promoters. The viewership is there. It makes sense for our bank accounts. I don't know what's not clicking up here for her, but in the meantime, I'm not going to sit around and wait. I'm going to continue to go make big fights with other people.
That definitely makes sense. Of course, getting on with your career, Linardtou isn't a bad fight at all. It's going to put you right back into the mix and potentially on there with Katie Taylor.
Yeah.
Is there ever a chance we can see you and Alycia be best of pals, be besties?
Never. You may see us fight again. You may see us give each other a pat on the back after one of these future fights, but we'll never be friends. Sorry.
And just on to another boxing front, of course, the Katie Taylor Chantal Cameron card, a massive card in itself for women's boxing and for Katie Taylor, her homecoming. Of course, on the undercards, Shanika Johnson was meant to take on Ellie Scotney. That fight has been pulled. Some have questioned Chantal and saying that it may not have been empowering for women to make a decision. What are your thoughts on that towards women's boxing?
Wait, I'm sorry, who?
Ellie Scotney and Nick Johnson were meant to fight. It's been pulled.
Oh, yeah.
How do you follow that for women empowerment?
Listen, I don't know what happened between Chantal and Ellie's team or whatever situation is going on, it's not my place to speak on it because I don't know what happened. Something happened, so much so that there's a NDA. They can't publicly speak about it. So it's not. I'm not in the position to make a comment about that because I have no idea. But obviously, whatever it was, it's important enough to Chantel to say, hey, I don't want it to become a part of the biggest night of my life, which I can respect. So it is what it is. It's a big night for Chantel.
And lastly, last time we spoke, I asked you, what if you was a Spice Girl, what would your name be?
Oh shit,
Just
that
months
was
later.
you.
It's me. come back
No,
for
I
that.
forgot to think about it. Ask the fans. The fans can make their pick in the comments.
Fans in the comments, you decide on that one.
Yeah.
Hey Mayor, thank you for your time, and we'll see you on the flip side of Saturday.
Thank you.
Thank you.